cops. Police, police.
I want to see something fast.
Never gas draft. Gotta go to the hardcore style.
That was wild.
I'm in Tokyo, and over the next 5 days, I'll be diving deep into every side of Tokyo's car culture I can get my grubby little gams on. This is full throttle? Holy sh! We've all seen Tokyo drift and dreamed of parking lots filled with GTRs and Supras, but the reality might not be what you think.
Are you kidding me?
We'll be connecting with members all across Tokyo's car scene to learn more about its legendary beginnings, its present, and ultimately, the deepest depth of Tokyo's underground, like tracking down illegal street drifters and more. We're in Japan! Welcome to Donut! Tokyo has such a wide range of car groups, niches, and meetup spots, so it only felt right for us to visit those spots first and see what was really going on. Japan Night 1, baby! Let's go! First thing you'll notice about driving in Japan, the roads are narrow. These are very narrow highways.
No shoulders.
Yeah, no shoulders. Your standard road in the US is about 12 feet wide, but your average Japanese road is almost 1.5 feet narrower, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that can change how cars are made, how people drive, and how drivers become culture. Smaller roads require smaller cars, and smaller cars require precise engineering, purposeful design, most of all, efficiency. And if you've ever spent time in Japan, you know efficiency is the name of the game. But roads only shape half the culture. The other half is the drivers themselves. So I met up with my buddy Ken. So this is Ken, for those wondering. We've been Instagram buddies since 2021, I think. He would be our guide through Tokyo's underground car scene. I've heard he has some really cool spots selected for us. But tonight we're just gonna take it easy. We're gonna go to this first meetup spot, check it out, see what shows up. Might see some cool cars. I mean, we're already rolling with some cool cars.
We're gonna diverge off towards Wangan.
Got it.
And then we're gonna hit up Tatsumi.
Oh God. Oh. Our first stop is Tatsumi, a famous parking area off of Route 9. Rest areas like this have become common hangout spots for Japanese drivers. Think of it like playing Tokyo Extreme Racer. All right, Ken, we're on the side of the freeway. I'm cold. Where the hell are we?
Tatsumi #1 parking area.
Got it. How long have you been coming here?
Since 2015, so I guess now a decade.
Oh, nice. So if you like someone's car here, is it okay to just go up to them and talk to them about it?
Yeah, that's totally okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
Kakui.
Kakui. Kakui. First Japanese word of the day, guys. Kakui. Kakui. Very kakui. Yeah. Arigato. Arigato. We're like best friends now. Visiting the local spots was the perfect way to start the trip, especially getting to visit the Times Square of Yokohama, Daikoku. All right, so we're here at Daikoku. I mean, this place is world famous. If you don't know what this place is, you've probably been living under an automotive rock. Usually on a Friday or Saturday, this place gets packed. Tonight, it feels pretty local. All right, Ken, so you've been coming here for a long time.
Close to a decade.
Yeah.
Because Japan has faced so much more tourism in general. This has really picked up with foreigners a lot. But not only car enthusiasts in general, but car enthusiasts from abroad too.
今から20年ぐらい前かな。今は昔は本当に走り屋だけ走る人、首都高とか。横浜環状とかでも今は走る若い子がほとんどいない、ただもうチューニングカスタムして遊びに来る
It's like a 50% mix of Japanese people and a 50% mix of foreign people. Looking around, there's still heaps of Japanese people.
There's still locals coming in.
There's still locals coming. There's still cool local cars.
So do you feel like that recent influx of tourists is kind of messing with this spot?
No, not at all.
すごくいいと思う。日本の車のチューニングの文化、ヨーロッパとは 少し違うところがあるからすごく、いいと思う。
I grew up liking JDM, then I was able to build this here.
Yeah, this is very cool. S15, no doubt. In general, the locals seem to welcome the influx of JDM tourists as long as they follow local customs and behave themselves. I was surprised at how open the locals were to outsiders.
All right. We're gonna get Jimmy inaugurated. Whenever we bring someone new in,
Yeah.
we always take him to this vending machine and get him one certain drink.
I'm not a banana person.
Cheers.
Oh. 1.8? It only took me 5 minutes and I found another Miata owner.
あ、でももう小さい頃から昔よりは結構落ち着いた感じはありますけどね。親がシルビア乗ってたんでこうやってよく。
Where do you think this will be in 10 years?
私が思うに今と変わらない。だからここは10年経っても変わらないと思うよ。
After we finished up in Daikoku, we headed back for a good night's rest as we had some very special people to meet the next day. We saw some amazing cars on our first night, but I wanted to see where these things get built and who's building them. Day 2.
Day 2.
Where are we going?
Unparalleled factory.
What do they primarily do? What do they primarily work on?
Mainly tuner cars that run a lot of street and circuit. Jimmy, this is Ken.
Ken, nice to meet you. Another Ken.
Yep.
This is a really cool shop. How long have you been here?
We've been doing for about just 6 years now. 6 years. Yeah.
It's pretty good. Tuning shops like Unparalleled are vital to the community. Given the sheer amount of enthusiasts in Tokyo, they do a little bit of everything. This is really cool. Stagia.
It used to be a stance car.
A stance car, okay.
Prepping it for a car inspection.
Okay. And then as soon as he passes it, put it all back?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this one to be up for sale, but probably never.
Oh my gosh, this is sick. A white GTR just looks proper. Really sick.
The car was like built from ground up. Everything was built from the body. It's like stitch welded.
Oh, wow. And is it more of a younger crowd that are coming to you guys, or is it an older crowd?
I would say younger. Yeah, mostly in their 20s.
Okay.
Most of them are like their first cars. They don't know where to start.
Right.
The younger generation would want cars like GTRs and RX-7s.
But those are expensive now.
Yes, they are very expensive and very expensive to maintain. We try to steer them towards more cost efficient, I would say.
Right. Unparalleled puts a lot of focus on teaching younger drivers the ins and outs of tuning as well, partially because there's a growing gap between generations. In order to understand this, we need to take a second to explain the golden age of Japanese cars. In the 80s and 90s, Japan was experiencing an unparalleled period of economic growth. Thanks to this booming economy, companies were creating their best cars. And those cars were creating the best drivers. This created the golden age. These drivers took Japanese car culture to heights it had never seen before. Faster cars and more refined tuning. But that was almost 40 years ago, and many of those legends have moved on to different pursuits. Where are we going to next?
Revolve SA is the name of the shop.
そうですね。昔その頃って取り締まりとかもそんなに厳しくなかったので、結局私たちのチームなんかはもうこんにちは。
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. This is Mizoto-san, a member of the original Midnight Club, the godfathers of Japanese street racing. Do you and your teammates know how much of an impact you have made, not just in Japan, but worldwide?
ね、あまり影響があるかどうかってあんま考えたことがなくて、やはり昔のうちのメンバーってやっぱ自分の車でがやっぱ一番なんで、まあそれをどんどん突き進めて。
Oh wow. Do you miss Yatabe?
懐かしいです。とても懐かしい。
I felt like I'd met what I see to be two sides of Tokyo's tuning scene. Ken and the guys at Unparalleled are very focused on nourishing the next generation of drivers and enthusiasts through mentorship and budget malleability. Mizoto-san, on the other hand, is a living legend. What he and his fellow Midnight Club members did for the scene cannot even be quantified. But that was a long time ago. Many of the Midnight members, like Mizoto, are now businessmen. Some are even executives. The perception of these positions tend to contrast being directly involved in the scene that you helped popularize. They led the charge for 20 years and are now passing the torch down to the younger generation.
そうですね、その今の現役世代がどうやって伝えるかによると思うんですね。やっぱりそういう人たちをやっぱりその先輩たちが引っ張っていかないといけないと思います。
In my opinion, the scene will flourish and sustain even more because of shops like Unparalleled. I personally felt like I had a good grasp of the scene, but between shop tours and meetup spots, I still hadn't seen any real action. So we decided to link up with our friend Ken and go check out the C1 and see if we could find some street racers. Back with Ken tonight, we've seen the shops, we've seen the parking lots. Now we gotta see what the locals can really do here on the C1.
C1 is part of the Greater Tokyo Metro Expressway system, and C stands for circle. There's C1, there's C2, and C1 is the innermost circle. It's so small, you can do the whole circle in around 10 minutes.
How long have people been racing on the C1?
Since its inception.
That's the Rainbow Bridge over there? Or?
Tokyo Gate Bridge.
Tokyo Gate Bridge. So then where's Rainbow Bridge? That's...
I'd be like beyond those buildings right there.
And is that part of the Wangan?
We're on the Wangan right now.
Oh, right here?
We're standing on it.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
So we'll probably see some pretty cool cars come up this way then.
People take off here from the parking area, so it's a good like merging on-ramp, if you will.
If I saw an R34 take off from here, that would be like...
Oh, that's like everyday traffic for us.
Yeah.
Oh!
Would you rather go to a track day or would you rather come out to the C1 at night?
They both have their good sides. You know, the track aspect is more regulated, so you can leave more of a proper legacy. You know, you have a track record of, you know, winning so-and-so competition, but this is a whole different vibe.
I don't think I've seen anything like this. Is there a leaderboard somewhere?
Imaginary leaderboard, I
guess.
Got
it, okay.
The legend has it that the record is like 5 minutes, 12 seconds or something like that. But.
What are we doing?
Waiting to see what comes around that bend. Right now it's just cabs and trucks. I want to see something fast. How is the police presence on here?
I want to say heavily policed, but there's ways to go about kind of dodging that. You don't necessarily need to be a reckless person to say race the C1. You can switch your race mode on and off. When there is traffic, you need to be very, very careful. Being pulled over in real time is actually not that bad because 9 out of 10 times they probably don't have proof of your speed at that moment. For them to actually give like a speeding ticket, they need an official record of at this time, at this hour, we have footage and like your plate and everything. The worst case scenario for the street racers is really what happens is they gather evidence over the months and, you know, even several months. They'll build up a case against you and they'll round up like people who are in the same social group. You were racing with Mr. A, B, C, you were always racing together. We have, you know, 10 videos of you doing the same thing. Technically, I think there's jail time, but for the most people, they just lose their license for 2 years. And there's around a $5,000 fine. The nuance here is if you're caught street racing with other cars, if you're doing it solo, it can never be a street racing event.
Got it. I can see why people get really into just running this again and again and again.
It's addicting, for sure. See if we can get a full clear here.
Oh. I gotta get used to that.
Full throttle all the way.
This is full throttle? Holy sh**. All right, even though it was a quieter night than I had expected on the C1, I can confidently say that experiencing a full throttle run on this legendary loop is one of the craziest things I had ever experienced. I felt like I was in the hands of a Jedi Knight with Ken. He's been driving the C1 for over a decade. He knows every turn, every speed camera, and every bump of these roads, and it shows. What a f***ing ride. Dude, that was so sick. That's like you're this close to the barrier, it feels like. It's gnarly. I need a nice coffee. All right, so we're in Chiba tonight at our friend Sarah Choi's meet. A lot of cool cars rolling in. This is the second spot. They had a first spot, but it got burnt. So we're gonna walk around and see what kind of cars are here. Kakui, kakui. That's what I'm talking about. Dude, I could be here all night. This is awesome. It's sick, dude. What's the motor in it?
SR20.
SR? What's up, guys?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Dude, I just ran into some homies back home from LA. Team Garage Speed, local drift team. Everyone is here tonight. That's a 400R. Is that real? Whenever this thing comes down the alley, everyone just freezes. What other $1 million Nissan do you know of? There were so many cool cars there, and I was running into so many people I knew from back home. It's really cool seeing friends halfway around the world in a space like that. But I wanted to see something different, something I hadn't seen yet. But then, the inevitable happened. That's so sick. Oh, all right, so we're officially getting shut down, but I got a call from some very special friends. So we're gonna go meet up with them. All right, so we're waiting for our homies to show up. In the meantime, we're at the first spot that we were actually supposed to meet at that got shut down, but there's still some people here. Actually, a lot more chill, and there's a ton of Atasha cars here, so I'm gonna go check some of them out. And when we got there, I noticed something. Is that Integra a lowrider? Are these all lowriders? Japan's lowrider culture is naturally inspired by the original grown in the States. And as you can imagine, it does not lack in style. The lowrider scene here in Tokyo is sick. I don't think I've seen cars like this before at all. They're really putting their own spin on things. It's really cool. This is cool. What? He's got games in there. The Bakakuda. Do you like Jet Set Radio a lot?
I love Sega. 自分が15歳の時に出会って、今35歳なんですけど。
Have you ever taken a girl out on a date in this? That's your girlfriend. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you for showing me. But it got even crazier when we saw this. Are you kidding me? That's so sick. You all know our lowrider Miata, but this right here is the inspiration, and this happens to be the owner right here. Arigato. Oh, is that this car? You brought it back to life.
なんだろう。ローライダーコンパクトを知らなかった。フルサイズっていうのはインパラじゃん。こういうちっちゃい日本車でやるローライダーを知らなかった。
Do you think lowrider culture is becoming even more popular here?
逆に昔の方が人気だった。
Really? We learned that higher taxes have made it a lot harder to import traditional cars like Impalas and Continentals from the US. And for a bit, this was causing the lowrider scene in Japan to lose steam. Why is that?
お金もかかるし、今の時代の車が合わない。
Because you're taxed on engine size, right? Yes. But our buddy Keisuke is leading the charge for a new generation of lowriders, and these hogs are domestic. All right, so this is Keisuke. He helped put on this little meet for us. He has another lowrider Miata all the way down in Hiroshima. What got you into lowriders?
本当に理由は別にないんだよ。
Why Roadster Miata?
It's cute.
It's cute?
Yeah.
What do you think of lowrider culture in Japan?
アメ車ベースのローライダーは最初はそうだったんだけど、まあこういうのって多分日本で独自にできてったもんだと思う。
You're leading the scene here.
I don't think so.
You're starting something, man. The locals here were so open to showing visitors their passion. In spite of market conditions, a new wave of JDM lowriders is flourishing. Keisuke wanted to show us a few and ended up assembling enough people to make our own car meet. His passion for creating a space for JDM lowriders is commendable, and I can't wait to see how the scene grows with him leading the charge. Keisuke, thank you again so much. Appreciate it. For my last day here in Tokyo, I decided to venture about an hour outside of the city to Niko Circuit, one of Japan's legendary drift tracks, and meet up with Tokyo bad boy Jun Takahashi. He runs Tokyo Hardcore, and let's just say he's got a lot of spirit.
Never gas draft, no softcore. Gotta go to the hardcore style. Yeah, nice to meet you. My name is Jun of the Hardcore Tokyo. Welcome to the Wonders Games. Today's 110 cars registered, 300 spectator tickets sold out. Here's a Niko circuit, so famous in Kanto area, east side of Japan.
Niko circuit, baby, let's go. Woo! Ooh! Yeah! June, have you ever been caught street racing by the police?
Only one time was a rip out. 200 miles.
200 miles? So you crashed the car,
yes,
and then the cops came and were like, hey. Oh yeah, June! Yeah, 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 yeah! June has been a part of the scene for over 20 years.
It's a so beautiful scene because of bozo, kaido racers, drifters, drag racers, anytime, anywhere in Japan.
In that time, he's witnessed how culture has changed, especially driver culture. That's so sick. Oh my gosh. But June says that things have changed on the streets.
Now it's so difficult. Yeah, because already normal people, guys, no patience. Yeah, always calling to the police, calling to the police. Police situations are now hard, but actually it's not different.
It's not.
Yeah, mentality is changing. The customer side is. I think maybe now, guys, it's just a show. It's just Instagram the content.
In contrast to the openness we experienced up to this point, June's take is that the real action has become shrouded in secrecy. Wilder drifters and street racers who are looking to push the envelope or get viral video clips for Instagram have created stricter policing. Do you think it's the same as the takeovers in the United States?
Yes, that's right. They already the scene.
This has made it so much harder to catch these insane cars in their natural element. I was so stoked to connect with June at Niko's circuit. His insight into the street scene really gave me some perspective on my experience up to this point. But all this had me thinking, in a country known for its drifting, how hard would it be to find it back in Tokyo? With the final night of our Tokyo trip upon us, we headed out one last time to try and find something we hadn't seen before. But let's just say the night didn't start out really how we wanted to. Nights in Japan are quiet, unless you know where to look. All right, so we were out trying to find some drifters. We went to the first location that they sent us, and cops were already there. We were about 10 minutes late. There was already some skid marks, but they were there. Couldn't really find them. Oh, did we get the spot? Second spot's here. Let's do it. Okay, we gotta go. In the city, drifters move softly. In order to avoid attention from police, everything happens via word of mouth. If you're not in the know, you just might miss them. But we seem to be getting warmer. We found some drifters. We found some real life, genuine Tokyo drifters. Yo, what's up?
So, yo, this is the homie Jimmy.
What's up, dude?
Of course, yeah, I know.
Good to meet you.
Oh, hey.
Have you ever been in anything like this before?
It's my first time. So it's kind of sketch. Me and him just got rolling. Oh, we were just in a rental.
In a rental?
Yeah.
The inconspicuous rental?
Yeah.
Whoa. Dang. Yo, give me the location. Let's go. Let's go. So they're gonna go to another spot right now, but we should just get in the car and start following them.
There's a kid in the back, dude. Yeah, they got a baby.
All right, we're heading to the next spot. My adrenaline is through the roof right now. I want to see these drifters do something. So we're just kind of going around in this industrial area, hoping to find a spot that the cops haven't burnt out yet. Maybe there's an area that hasn't been cleared out yet that we can see some action. The general rule of thumb here is follow the pack and you'll see something cool. Oh my God.
Just be smart. Just be smart.
So sick. Here they come. old option videos, but I never thought I would see it in real life. Oh, cops. My hat!
Cops. Police.
Oh, sorry, bud. Bye! Holy shit. That was wild. Cops pulled up, we had to make a mad dash out of there. That was sick. My adrenaline is right here. I don't know if I'm gonna sleep tonight. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. That was so cool. The last few days have been some of the craziest I've had doing this job, but also really eye-opening. A lot of assumptions about Tokyo's car culture are made based on videos we see on Instagram or the movie franchises pumped out by Hollywood. The scene is not what it once was, but what scene is. Culture is meant to change and adapt as time moves, and the people within it change. But don't be fooled. If you come to Tokyo and just scratch a little beneath the surface, you'll find a community that is alive and well. With an international fan base that seems to be fueling it more than ever before. I can't wait to see where the future takes it, and even what awaits me on the rest of this trip.
Big thanks to June, Keisuke, Ken, and everyone who made this video possible. This is my stop, guys. See you guys next time.